Mic check, mic check. Morning Masters Podcast, host main, of course. I got a special guest across me today, Mr. Alphonso Forrest. How you doing, man?
What's up, man? Favorite 12, man. Y'all what's up?
Well, let me ask you that first before we get into everything. Where you get that name from, the Favorite 12? Who gave you that name? How it came about?
Man, I'll be honest with you, man. It came from people from social media, man. Like, I made a post, man. It was a couple years ago, and somebody put Favorite 12, man. And it went viral, too. And I just stuck with it, man. So
it was a picture of you or something?
It was a picture of me. It was a picture with me with some kids.
Oh, okay,
I was
okay.
At school, man. And it went viral. And, like, people were just saying Favorite 12. So I actually hashtag that, too, man. Like, with Mr. Going Highway, like, that's another thing.
Yeah.
So, like, it's crazy.
Wait, hold on. Where'd that come from, Mr. Going Highway?
Man, one day I made a post I make a lot of posts about people speed and stuff, man. But, man, little do people know, man, like, I don't sit on Going Highway, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ride a beat, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in the zone, so I don't sit on the highway and clock speed all day. You know what I'm saying? So I just make fun of it, man. You know what I'm saying? Just
Okay.
Do today, you know?
So that's not you in that car that just be chilling, that dummy car they have on?
Yeah, I remember that. That joke went viral, too.
I think everybody speeds. I don't know. Like, I don't look at the cop cars. I don't look in them. I just hope that I don't get pulled over. If I drive by and the lights don't come on, I feel good. I'm safe. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
But let's talk about you real quick. So, you never been on before. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily know your history, so I want to kind of talk about you and your upbringing first before we get into what you do now.
Yeah.
So, tell me about your upbringing. Like, you know, when you was born at, when, where.
I'm from Augusta, born and raised here, man. I grew up in the Harrisburg area. My dad was a firefighter, and my mom. I'm gonna be honest with you, I never see my mom get up and go to a job, man.
Never?
Like never. Like my mom, like when she was pregnant with me, man, she hurt her shoulder at work. She was working at this place called Piccadilly's, man, and she got hurt, and then like she couldn't never work again because she got like real bad muscle spasms, man. So I never seen her get up and go to work. So my dad was like. He was like the money maker in the household. So, but I grew up here in Augusta, man, right in the Harrisburg area. I lived off Ellis Street, man. Ellis Street. I stayed over like 12 years.
Damn.
Yeah, I stayed over like 12 years, man. I actually can it's funny, man. That's the area that I patrol, man. So
damn,
like,
odds of that.
Man, that's crazy. Like I graduated police academy. That was my assignment. Like in my area, I ride past that house almost every day I'm at work, man.
Did they know that? Like when they gave you that?
Nah, they didn't.
Wow.
They didn't. Like, it was crazy, man. I was talking to my lieutenant at the time, man, about it. And I was like, man, you know that's my area that I patrol, man. He's like, I ain't know that. So, like, it's crazy. I go by that house almost every day, man. Like, every day. So
being from that area, like, describe to me, what was that area like when you was coming up?
Oh, man, it was rough, man. Like, prostitution, like, gangs, drugs, man. It was rough, man. It was rough.
Do you think it's the exact same now or not? Because I'm going to ask the prostitution part. I feel like, is that a thing still? I know it's a thing, but not like how it was back in the day.
It ain't rough like it was back in the day, man. You know, and, you know, me being on the other side now, like on the law side of it, man, you know, I see everything from a whole different perspective now, man. You know, this just talking, man. I remember a couple years ago, man. We did a drug bust, man, in Harrisburg. We know where I'm from, and man, it was crazy, man. There was some kids out there, man, and after we got done doing what we were doing, man, I was handing them teddy bears and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what harm that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Talking to a kid. You know, after we just did that. So my thing, and I always been like this, man. Like if I can go out here and be this person in the community, being this giver, you know, being that pillar in my community, you know, I got to be able to clean up on the other side too.
Right.
So that's always just been me, man.
So, like, what schools you went to, like, around the area? So, you from Harrisburg? Did you go to Richmond? You go to Laney?
I'm a Laney Wildcat, man.
I don't know. You zoned for Laney? You sure about that? I don't know.
I was at the time where I was living at. I was zoned for Laney. I was living on Fenwick Street at the time. So I went.
Fenwick.
Fenwick Street. Yeah,
that's I don't know. It still seems closer to ARC to me. I don't know,
man. But it's crazy how they break down with the zones and stuff, man. Like it's crazy. So like one half was zoned for Richmond, and the other half was for Laney. I was on the other half.
I'm gonna have to fact check this. I don't know, bro. You play sports?
Nah, I ain't play
oh, never mind. You probably not lying. You probably not lying.
I ain't play sports, man. But I did try for the football team, man. I guess I was too small at the time, man. They didn't get no PT. So.
You were trying to be a wildcat?
To be a wildcat, man. You gotta get part of the tradition, man.
Oh, so describe to me like that. I know, like, Elder Street is what it is. So what was Laney back then? And I don't know if you're even that much older than me. I'm assuming, you know what I'm saying? What was Laney like for you when you went to school?
Man, it was fun, man. And Laney was, man, like you always hear about the tradition. Yeah. Like, but you don't like really know the feeling until you actually like go there, man.
Did your parents go to Laney?
No, man. My parents went to Richmond.
So you didn't really get to enjoy like that whole political side of Laney where like your parents went that you known or
but my auntie did. My aunties did though, man. My auntie they was in the band. One of my aunties played basketball. Like she was a star basketball player. She went to Benedict after she left Laney. So, like, you know, people know who she was when I was there. Like, just call my last name and stuff. So,
right.
Yeah.
Because that last name is kind of popular.
Oh, yeah. More definitely.
But what were you known for? Like, even coming up, not just high school, middle school, like, as a kid, what were you known for?
Man,
what did you do? Like, what was your hobbies?
Like, my hobbies, man, like, I enjoyed boxing. I used to box, too, man. Like, I got a kick out of getting people to laugh, man. Like I was that class clown.
Oh, you always been a comedian?
Yeah, I always been a comedian.
That's not a new thing.
It just started when I got here, man. Like I was that class clown, man. Like in school, so that's what people know me from, man. So like it ain't nothing new. Like people that knew who I was, like when I be making funny posts and stuff. Like yeah, he was like in high school, like you know, so it was crazy.
So I mean, and with that, so you said you boxed as well. Yeah. Did you feel like you fought a lot as a kid, or you didn't have to have a lot of fights? I only ask like a lot of boxers sometimes. In my opinion, I don't know. Sometimes they have to prove themselves at school, especially in the areas you from, like Elder Street. And
you had to, man. Like you had to. I remember one time, man. Me and my brother were coming home from school one time, man. And we was at this. We actually had my mom and dad had separated for a few. So we when to go stay at my aunt. We were going to Glen Hills Middle School, and like we went from up there, man. You know, it's like Glen Hills, like what it went up Barn Village, Millbrook, Terrence Manor. So we was staying in the Terrence Manor area, man. It was crazy. We getting off the bus, man, and dude, man, he was like, man, he want to fight my brother for some reason. I don't know what it was though, man. It was about 6 dudes. Man.
There's no reason.
There's no reason, man. Like, cause we was from that area.
Oh, that's a reason. Okay, it's a reason though. I got you.
It is to a certain extent, but I mean, I'll be honest with you, man. Like, I wasn't that kid. Like, you know, I was always like, I wasn't really comfortable around someone that I didn't know, so I was like really like staying back when I first got there. But you know, after we got off the bus that day, man, the dude was like, man, hey, man, we want to hit. Hey, and my brother, man, he was like, my brother was always like he meet violence with violence. That was him at the time. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it wasn't no talking. Like, you want to hit? Like, that was him. Like, so we was out there fighting, man, in the middle of the road, man. The school bus.
So 2-on-6?
It was 2-on-6, man. No lie. But the crazy thing about it, I mean, of course, well, we didn't win. You know what I'm saying? Like, but hey, hold on. Hey, I ain't gonna sit up here and lie and say we did. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Yeah, but like 2 dudes did run though. 2 of them dudes ran.
Oh boy. So, I can appreciate like the honesty though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt, man.
And for me, I want to ask you with the question. With my question, I want to ask you is you said your brother met violence with violence.
Yeah.
Correct. Mm-hmm. So did they know that about him? Like, was he a known person? Like, why they pick him to want to meet violence with violence?
Man, I'll be honest with you, man. I think it was some stuff over a chick, man. Like, you know, you know how the little puppy loves.
The plot thickens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I think it was. But I don't know. I never did. Like after that day, man, I'm gonna tell you, be honest with you, man. And I see it today. Like when dudes fight, man, like, you know, 9 times out of 10, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when I working in the jail, like, you know, I hated working with female inmates because when they fight, man, like, ain't no, like, they keep that grudge. Like, if they got sentenced to 10 years in jail, they gonna keep that same grudge to 10 years. Like, while they in there, like, men, like, they fight is over with. So.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That story is kind of fire. I don't know, maybe because you say you lost. I don't know. Like most people come up here, they don't tell you fights when they lost. You know what I'm saying? Everybody come up here and be the cool person.
I tell you, man. Like I'm always straightforward, man. I'm a straightforward individual, man. Like,
but speaking of fighting, you said you box. So like, what got you into doing that, and how far did you like go with boxing, or like, did you try to go with boxing?
Man, I didn't. Well, when I remember, man, we were still staying with my aunt. And I mean, I hit Vernon up, man, one time, man. I was like, hey, Vernon, man, I want to get into box, man. At that time, I was already, like, training and stuff or whatever, man. So I hit him up, man. Like 2 days later, man, I get a knock on the door from UPS, man. It's like this whole bunch of boxing equipment and stuff, man. I was like, I ain't happy. They like boxing shoes, gloves, all this stuff. So I like, all right, cool, bet. So I'm going to the gym, I'm training and stuff, man. You know, at the time I'm an amateur and stuff like that, man. I was young at the time, but you know, I actually did sign to actually go pro, man. But I suffered an accident, man, when I was like 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It really like messed me up, man. So it was just kind of hard to get through them certain tests those doctors had and stuff, man. But I mean, I still do it from time to time, though, man. Like I still want to actually get into it, man. I'm 29 years old, man. I still.
Oh, you young? You young then?
So
you
I'm
young?
Still young, so.
So I mean, probably was in school at the same time. So I can see. Okay, so all right, around that time, I can kind of gauge how things was, you know, during your upbringing. But you mentioned Vernon. Now, like I said, I'm not from here. I've heard of him, but I don't know his full story. So,
right.
But you being close to him, I know you close to him. Same last name, right?
Yeah, that's my dad. Bro.
It's your uncle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's my dad.
So. Can you give me like a backstory of him and like what is he to the city?
Damn, where can I start? Man, let me tell you something, man. Man, Vernon was probably the most humble individuals, man, that I ever met in my life, man. And I ain't saying that, you know what I'm saying, like, because that's my uncle. Like the way he trained, man, the way he put up the stuff that he put his body through, man. You know what I'm saying, he was one of 7, man. So it was 8 of them. You know what I'm saying? They grew up on Alley Homes. They lived on Watkins Street. You know, man. Hey, when you get to a certain after you get to a certain level, man, in your career, in your life, man, and like you start realizing, like, hey, man, I don't want to go back through here. Like you say fuck it, and you make it happen.
Right.
And that's what he did. Like Vernon knew that I didn't want to be back. You know what I'm saying, in there. But man, as far as, you know what I'm saying, like outside of that, man, Vernon was that dude, man. Like in the community. And I'm be straight up with you, man. I think like some of the city just like they forgot about him when he died. Like so everything just like almost focused on like James Brown. You know what I'm saying? Like if you notice, man, on my post, man, I put R.P. Vernon on everything.
That's why I realized who it was. I'm like, why he putting that? I'm thinking it's new. Yeah. I thought maybe you was sending it from your phone and you had a signature text. I don't know. I'm thinking old age, but so it's an uncle and he boxed. Now I've talked to boxers, like I interviewed Jip. In fact, I think he brought you up. Matter of fact, now I'm thinking about it.
He's probably with Jip too.
Yeah, so and he's not too far from you all the same age, kind of like some age range.
I think he's 27. I think.
So speaking of that, when you talk about Vernon, so like I hear he had like a major boxing kind of record too, right? Like he was.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was probably big time, man. He was the first fighter, you know, Sugar Shane Moses. His first fighter beat Sugar Shane Moses twice.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Twice, man. And hey, I'm gonna tell you, and it's crazy, man. Like he's been gone like 10 years now. So and they still ain't got him in the Hall of Fame, man. I feel some type of way about that, man. But you know, that's a different conversation, man, for another day. But you know, it is. But you know, all in all, man, like he was a good person. If you ever would have got a chance to meet him, man, like you'll love him though. You'll love him, man. He like down to earth. He like cool, man. He wasn't that celebrity. Like I mean, he was so regular. Like, you know, we talking about a millionaire. Like,
right.
You'll think like millionaire, like he got a status, so he'll have some type of security. Who? And he'll go in the store, man. Like, man, he's gonna sound like a regular person, man. Like, you know, some people may recognize, oh, that's Vernon Forrest. You know, we can like hear it and stuff like that, but we ain't looking at like that, man. That's our uncle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like other people didn't know who he was. Like, you know.
So I'm saying, how was it growing up? Like knowing that, like everybody knowing that you're the nephew of a millionaire or a boxer from Augusta, like. People treat you any different? They thought you had money, or like did they expect you to have money because your uncle's a millionaire?
Some people did, but it wasn't bad though. Like, you know, people knew who he was. Like it wasn't not like that. Like I ain't never been no flashy, man. Like, you know, I always like I said, I always stood in the background of things, man. So like, people knew who he was though.
When he passed, how old were you?
I was 17. No, I was 16 or 17.
You know, it wasn't high school. I remember hearing about that. It wasn't high school. Yeah. So I had to ask you, like, if you don't mind, I don't. If you do, let me know. But like, can you run me through that day if you found that out? I'm assuming this is a dear person to you, right?
Yeah.
Person that's dear to you. You look up to him. You're boxing at this time, right? You don't have the accident yet, right?
Yeah. Nah, I ain't had an accident at the time.
When you hear this news, like, run me through that day.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, and this for like first time we ever talking about this, man.
That's what I do here.
That night, man, I was talking to I remember I had just got up to use the bathroom. It was about probably about 11 o'clock that night. My cousin had texted me. He was like, "Hey man, Vernon had got shot." I was like, "What?" Like, you ain't thinking none of it. You just like, okay, Vernon just got shot. Like, all right, what else? Like, it from like 30 minutes. Like, I was just up. So I hit my daddy jump up. My daddy was there at the time, and he was like, Vernon just left a club, man. He just got shot. I was like, man, this can't be true. Like, so I'm calling my cousin. He ain't picking up the phone. I'm calling my other cousin. He ain't picking up the phone. My grandma called my mom, man, and said, not my mom, my dad, and it was like, Vernon gone. Man, my whole world like went to the ground, man. Damn. So, man, I'm gonna tell you, and it's like I said, it's been 10 years, and I still haven't got over it yet, man. Like, I was there during the trial, man. Like, the dad's guy that they got sentenced to. I want to actually pull the trigger, and man, it all from like during that day, like especially the day he got sentenced. Like, I don't know what it was. Like, they just knew probably like one of us was gonna act a fool and at that time I was a cop at that time. Then when he was getting sentenced, I was with Richmond County. Man, they brought like every damn police officer in Fulton County inside the courtroom that day he got sentenced. Like, I'm telling you, man, like, I ain't never been that one to, like, turn violence, what I'm saying, with violence, man.
Right.
But, like they ain't just take a person that day, man. Like, they took somebody, like, they took a piece of my heart, man. Like, when he died, man. And I still, like I said, man, some days I cried. I can meet him out. I remember the other day, man, it was crazy. A video had popped up on my phone, man. I pulled it to the side and I was looking at it. It was something with Vernon. Man, I just started crying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think about him all the time, man. Like,
I mean, I think it's expected, you know what I'm saying, of course. And, I think when you have a family member that's near and dear to a city and that's popular, I think people, it can get overshadowed that it's people that look at him a different way. Yeah, so you're not looking at him as Vernon the boxer. Oh, this is somebody that you love and they probably inspired you. You know what I'm saying? You look up to, and they're not there no more.
Oh yeah, and people like especially that night, man. People like when people start getting the facts stuff what happened, they're like, man, he run after those guys. Like, if he hadn't run after those guys, he'd be alive, and that's probably true. But like, you had to know who the type of person he was, man. Like, all his life, man. Like, Vernon worked for everything that he had. Like, so, and like I just know that if those guys would ask for anything, he would have get shot off his back. Like, that was him. Like, he wouldn't go run after dude and kill him per se, but like, it's like that was his just demeanor, man. Like,
right.
Anybody would have did that at night, he would do the same thing, no doubt. And if he was alive today, he'd go back and do the same thing again. He would just, if you take him, he gonna get you.
Like, how did you deal with that afterwards? Like, just going forward. I mean, you were still in school, so you have to finish school.
Yeah.
You still, like, I don't know if you just took boxing more serious after that. Like, how'd you deal with that afterwards? Because it seemed like it affects you a lot.
Oh yeah. Man, it was hard, man. It was hard. Man, I mean, it was like, man, like I said, man, at that time I didn't understand it. I was young. And as I got older, but during that time, man, like mentally, man, like depressed. Like, it was just like, it was hard, man. Like it was more hard because of my grandmother, man. Like, my grandmother, man. Like, but that's one strong woman, man. You know what I'm saying? And she knew that. You know what I'm saying? She had to stay strong for us. But
how about the family? How did the family take it? I mean, you got. I don't know how I looked at him, but you said he was what, 1 of 7?
Who that?
Your family.
Yeah, he was 1 of 7. Yeah.
So 7 kids.
Yeah,
This is the assuming quote unquote breadwinner. It's a person that how we look at we look at people that make it out in sports. Like, besides ticket, this is our So how did they feel then when it's like now it's at a halt now, man, possibly?
Yeah, it was, man. It was tough, man. First beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm saying? Vernon did a lot, man. Like, for the family. You know what I'm saying? Like Vernon was like that person in the family. Like, he was that person as far as just, hey, man, I'm gonna look out. I'm gonna try to do this if he could. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of people didn't know this, man. Like Vernon won that. He won that. He was a superstar, but he won a mega superstar. We talking about people like Canelo, like Floyd Mayweather, those guys in that capital. You know what I'm saying?
He wasn't there yet.
Yeah, he wasn't there yet. But and like I said, that's another thing too, man. Like, a lot of fighters used to duck Vernon, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't wanna have that because they just knew that he could fight. Number one, and number two, he was a long welterweight. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
so
it was just like I said, man. It just took. I breath out of everybody in the family, man.
So I'm like I said, I know that was just a life changing event for you. So you finished school, you know what I'm saying? You at what point? Now you said during the trial you was already a police officer. So what year was this trial? When did it happen? Like when did he pass?
He passed in 2009.
So dang, when was the trial then?
The trial, man. The trial started like what everybody had. They, of course, they different days. But I went to the one that actually pulled the trigger, and that trial was in 2016.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yeah, I've been with the sheriff's office now since 2014.
So
for a while now.
All right, so let me ask you then. Just during that time, so let's talk about your life before you became an officer, like, and then I guess leading into becoming an officer. So you finished school, like, what were you doing during this time? You had an accident.
Yeah. I was still trying to get into. I was still trying to get back into boxing.
Was it more so because you had a desire to do it, want to do it, or was you just trying to fulfill something for your uncle? Or?
Yeah, I just even when he was here, man, I just knew that I was just gonna be that guy, like I was gonna be on top. And I'll be honest with you, man. Like I couldn't get motivated no more. Like when he died, like you know what I'm saying? Because like he never did, get to come see me fighting now. But he's always like, hey man, I'm come check you out. But he was always busy,
right?
But
well, can I ask you what your record was in amateurs?
Man, I went 49-3 in the amateurs.
No, you gotta say the mic. You gotta say the mic.
I went 49-3 in the amateurs, man.
Say what?
49-3.
49-3. Okay.
49-3.
So I want to talk about 3. You know that. I want to ask you about them 3. You didn't get knocked out, did you?
No, I ain't get knocked out.
Okay, we good then. We good.
Yeah, I got knocked down though.
How did that feel? like how did that feel getting knocked down? Cause you 49, you winning.
Yeah. Like no, hold on. Let me think. Yeah, it was. Matter of fact, yeah, I did get knocked down. It was in the second round. I'm gonna tell you how I felt, man. Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even know how I won. I don't even know how the fight before that. The fight before that, I fought the guy. Well, it was a bracket at that time. It was a bracket, and the dude that I fought, I was supposed to lose. That's what they said.
Right.
I was supposed to lose. So anyway, when I lost that fight, I mean when I got knocked down and I lost that fight, man. I tell you what, man, I wanted to quit. Man, I wanted to quit, man. I was like, man, because the dude that I was fighting, it was the odds was there, like it was. I think it was 10-1 underdog. Like everybody had me, and I lost. Like and this dude is he didn't sign to go pro. He didn't sign to go pro. I think he got hurt in a real bad car accident. I mean not car accident, motorcycle accident. But that loss took everything out of me though, man. Like I swear, man, I was devastated, man.
I'm assuming you took 52 fights. You ain't losing too many of them.
No.
So the 3, was it like a stagger 3? Was like how did that work? Would you something in O at first?
Yeah, the first two I lost, man. They was like late after my wins. The first two, it was the scoring system, man. It sucks now.
Okay, got you.
The scoring system they beat me on points, but I know I beat their ass.
But when you lost, you got knocked down in the second round. You didn't get back. You just get back.
No, I got up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I see amateurs don't go 3 rounds.
I don't know. Okay, I got you.
So you go 3 rounds. So I knew that, like coming in the third round, like I had to either score a knockdown or
got you.
Do it up here. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I knew I lost the fight, man. I knew I lost. Like when you get knocked down, man, your confidence, like you know what I'm saying, because you like, oh shit. So now you just like, you know what I'm saying, you got people there, man, you know what I'm saying, like they cheering and everything. Like your confidence, man, you know. But man, I was able to keep my composure. I'm like, okay, because I'm gonna tell you what happened, man. I remember like it was yesterday, man. I was throwing a 1-2, and when I threw the 2, man, he slipped and he came back up with his own 2, and I dropped. I didn't ever see the punch come.
You was watching. See, you trying to watch him.
Exactly.
You was watching.
I was watching. That's exactly what it was.
So let me ask you. Only because I'm asking because he was on the podcast before, and I'm assuming y'all close, y'all speak. Like what? So you said when you knock down, you lose confidence, right? Mm-hmm. So that time we saw Jip fight, and that was the first fight we saw him actually lose or get knocked down. Like, did you feel like you knew the right thing to say to him to keep him on track, or did you feel like you knew he would lose some kind of confidence going forward because of the magnitude of the fight and it being on TV and?
Yeah, like we talked after that fight, man.
He told me, he said you and Jay Rudolph, I think, talked to him. That's what he said.
It was more or less of almost like a big brother, little brother conversation, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, and a lot of people really don't really understand, like, especially like being an athlete or whatever, what we go through. But I just knew in that perspective, like, right then and there, I knew what Jim needed, man. Because, like, I boxed. I was there. I know we put our bodies through. I know the discipline that we go through. So I knew what, you know what I'm saying, words he needed to hear to keep him level-headed, at least. But we talked, man. We chatted up for a while, man. Or whatever, man. Like I said, man, look, you got to keep going. You got to keep going. If you stop, if you quit today, you're gonna quit forever. And it just stuck with him, man. And he's I'm young with you, man. He's doing way better than some amateurs that I know that went through as far as being pro right now.
Right.
Man. So I know he's doing. I think he's with somebody else now. I don't know the guy's name or whatnot, but I ain't really been talking to him like that. So, but I know from what I hear, he's doing good. So.
Now I want to get into like, so what decision? This is a big jump. But I want to know like, what made you decide to join law enforcement? Like, what went into the decision? What was going on in your life that made you say, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and join the force?
I became an officer, man. I started at YDC though, man. A lot of people know that.
Okay.
At YDC for 2 years, man.
They say that's the toughest part.
It is.
They say that young kids don't play.
I'll be honest with you, man. I'll be honest with you. It was more of dealing with the staff than it was the youth. Because I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna get back on the why I joined, of course. But at that particular time, man, like, you know, dealing with those youths and what they was in jail for. Now, the youth that I mentor now, like, had I probably wouldn't have got to them, they'll be in the same position that they are. So it's not them, it's the people that's around them, like the adults and stuff. Like, they not getting what they needed from adults and stuff like that. So,
when you say the adults, you talking about at home or in the actual IDC?
Like just in YDC. I mean, well, it started at home, of course, but I'm just talking about in general. Like,
okay,
stuff
gotcha.
That they need, you know what I'm saying, stuff like, you know, as far as, like we just talking about inspiration, motivation, all that stuff, man. So they weren't getting the stuff that they needed, man, you know, from those staff. So it was a fight almost every day amongst staff, man. Not a physical fight, but it just, you know, see who, you know what I'm saying, who bigger than who, instead of just being up for the youth. But I'm gonna tell you what made me join, man. Like I just stopped. Like, I wanted to be the change in my community, man, because of what was going on in the community, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody. You know what my dream to be when I was growing up, man?
What was that?
I wanted to be a damn dope dealer. Like, that was man, it's crazy. No lie. Like, that was my dream. I want, man, you see them dope boys come through there, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
this is funny hearing this.
like, no lie. Like, you know, a couple people know this. Like, so bad, like, when I was coming up in my community, like I was trained to hate cops.
When I was younger, like, you see movies and stuff like that. So
right.
You, by nature, when you're younger, like, movies portray cops as good. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking like Die Hard.
Right.
That was like the opposite of, like, you never seen nothing like it. You know what I'm saying? Right. So growing up, you're like, I want to be a cop. You want to be a cop. You know what I'm saying? The older you get, and especially when you start coming outside your neighborhood, you kind of taught to not like cops. Right. For whatever reason, you know what I'm saying? You're taught to not like it. When I was young, you couldn't even say hi to them. You say hi to them, like, they'll tease you all day just because you say hi to a cop. You know what I'm saying? But then you grow up and you start thinking for yourself.
Yeah.
So for you, when you saying like you were younger, you had this aspiration to be something that was way opposite of a cop, and then you decided to be one. Like, how did like give me that? How that work for you?
Like, as far as to like chain and stuff, like
not the chain, but just go into what you like when you saying about you younger, you wanted to be this, you wanted to be that.
Oh yeah. Like I wanted to be a dope dealer, man. Like I wanted to be a drug dealer, man. So like I said, man, you know, you see those guys come through the hood, man. They jumping them, man. The cars seeing high. They got the money. They got the girls, man. Like, at that time, man, that's what I wanted, man. Like, I had, like, cause at that particular time, man, like, me talking to my friends about, at the time, who I was in the neighborhood with, talking about being a cop, man, was just like, nah, bro, we don't fuck with cops.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that, like, they trained you that. Like, so I was that dude. Like, when I see a cop, I used to mug a cop. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. And I'm sitting up here and I'm a cop today. And when I think about that, like, you know what I'm saying, I be like, damn, I was that dude until somebody changed my mind. You know what I'm saying? And changed my whole perspective about law enforcement, man. And when I say change my whole perspective in law enforcement, and I never encourage no one to be a cop. That's not my goal.
Right.
My goal is to always try to teach and educate. You know what I'm saying? And all cops ain't the same at all. But we live in the world today that something happens.
Right.
All cops are, you know what I'm saying, are bad. No
of course.
What, so.
Yeah. Do you have a hard time dealing with that? Like, and I'm gonna paint a picture, and you tell me how you feel about that, right?
Yeah.
So, not only are you a cop, you know what I'm saying, but you're a black man.
Right.
So, paint this picture of a black man. You know, they feel like we all the same. You fit the description of a crime that's happening somewhere in America right now, just because our skin and your size, and you got a black hoodie on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, as already like the society look at it, all black people are the same. And now you got society looking at all cops are the same.
Right.
In a negative way though.
Right.
So now you got two negative connotations. I hope that's the right word, but I'm gonna say that because it sounds good. You got two negative connotations with you. So how do you deal with that as a human, as a man, like being black and being a cop?
Man, I'm gonna tell you
in today's society.
I'm gonna tell you this before I get into that. Man, I'll be black no matter what. Even when his uniform come off, I'll be black. But be blue as long as I wear the uniform. All right. Now, getting into that, man, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. Yes, it was hard as hell growing up being black, and it was as far as on the law enforcement side being black. It's hard to a certain degree because every black person that I'm polite. I ain't gonna say every. Let me stop myself right there. I ain't gonna say every, but the area that I patrol, majority black, so a lot of people know me.
Right.
You know, and they might not even know me like just, oh, I heard about you, you know, you this good one, or you the one that we see on social media,
right.
So they expect a break. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's almost to the nation like I can stop somebody for whatever reason, like put them over for whatever traffic violation, and they'll say, oh, you the officer on Facebook or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that I haven't given nobody a ticket for it or whatever I put them over for at the time. But it's almost just like what if I get this person a ticket, then nah, you know what I'm saying, they bashing me on social media, you know what I'm saying? Like he gave me a ticket, you know what I'm saying? Like not saying that, you know, hey, this dude is good though, but he gave me a ticket for doing his job. Right. You know what I'm saying? So like it's kind of like tie hands.
It's like an everyday struggle. Like so you can't really tell me like how you deal with it because you deal with it differently every day.
Yeah. I deal with it differently, man. You know, I'm gonna be honest, it's not an everyday struggle, but it is some days that it is hard to be an officer. It's been some days where I wanted to get off work and turn my shit in and be done with it. But you know,
is that based off the work or just off how like just dealing with everything that comes with the work?
Just everything that comes with the work. Gotcha. But I once when that thought come up in my mind, I always, you know what I'm saying, something else come behind it. It's just like why are you here? Like what was your reason for you to sign up to be a cop? So once that plays back in my mind, or whatever the case may be at that particular time or whatever I'm thinking about, like I know what's my purpose. I know why I'm here. You know, I do this job for the community that I serve, not for my coworkers, not for the actual sheriff's office, whatever the case may be. I do this job for the people that I took an oath to protect and serve, and I know what's my purpose. I know what's my calling with it. So if I was to quit now or whatever, just like I told you, I quit forever. So I can't give up on them. Much as you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna say like. Much as I want to say I want to just walk away from the actual job itself, like I know what my calling is, so right. I got to be here. I need to be here. So,
but I was gonna ask you this then, because you got a heavy social media presence.
Yeah,
I would say, right?
Yeah.
So how do you balance that? Like do you ever like? And you got to me get in trouble because I don't like asking.
No, you good, man. You good.
Like, cause you are a comedian, so you play like I remember. Yeah. It's funny. I saw him yesterday in Applebee's, but I ain't gonna say his name. Remember you was joking with somebody on Facebook about pulling him over and they like got away or something like that. Yeah, it was like Joel going back and forth. I'm assuming. But like, do you ever get in trouble for that? For like playing on social media, like
I remember. I've been rolled over before. Yeah, I've been rolled over.
Oh man.
Yeah, I've been rolled over.
So when you do that, do you like deactivate Facebook?
For that skit, that same skit you talking about?
Which one? Not that one though. It was a skit.
What's his name? Country.
Yeah. Oh no, I ain't get rolled up for that one.
Oh, okay.
I ain't get rolled up. I got rolled up for.
That's what you talking about, man?
Nah, I don't want to say his name. He a light-skinned guy. He went to Lane. That's all I'm gonna say. He played football. He probably played with you.
I thought you were talking about the skit with Country.
Oh no, not Country. I ain't get rolled up for that one. Okay. I'm trying to think. He said Applebee's. Oh no! I ain't get rid of that. No.
Because I didn't know if it was joking or playing. I'm like, yo, this is funny. This is for real.
No. Like I'm gonna tell you something, man. Like I would never ever make fun of somebody. Number one, going to jail or me getting them a ticket. All that stuff is humor, man. Ain't nothing none of that shit is real, man. It's just something that I come up with or something like that, and I post it and make fun of it. Now it's been some shit that came back and bit me in my ass though, man. But you know,
you gotta deal with it.
I did it, man. I wasn't mad. I was, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. I got rolled up for it. It's done, and I can't do it no more. But I'll be honest with you, man. They done like the social media policy, man. It's very strict, man. So I gotta not only just, you know what I'm saying, watch what I post, man. Just, you know, with my job, but just in the general period. I guess gotta watch what I share, what I post.
You got what you add,
yeah,
who you add.
Yeah, most definitely.
You probably got a bunch of friend requests and you're sitting in there.
Dude, I actually checked today, man. I got 7,200 friend requests pending.
7,200?
7,200.
I'm trying to get on your level.
Man, it's a headache.
You need to start a podcast.
Man, dude. Somebody else told me that too, man. I don't know how to, like, something like this I won't never have time for. Like, cause I'm like I said, my goal is, like, I'm always in the community, man. If it's either me cleaning up a neighborhood or something like that, I'm always in the community doing something. Always.
So you said always in the community. So I see you talking schools a lot. So, like, how did that come about? Like, and do you like doing that? And also, that's a lot of questions I know, but do you do it when you're on duty? Like,
oh yeah.
So say you say you got a beat, right? I don't know what that means, but I'm assuming.
Well, we call them zones. Now they used to be beats. We call them zones.
So you just drive around the area or something?
Yeah,
like
zone. You got a particular, like, area that you patrol. Yeah,
okay.
That you're assigned to. I'm assigned to zone 2. We got 8 zones in the county, so I'm assigned to zone 2.
We got 8 zones in the county. Didn't know that.
Yeah. So I can, like, if you tell me where you live, I can tell you what zone you live in or whatever.
I ain't gonna do it on mic. We gonna
not on mic though. Not on mic.
But so does that count as part of your shift though? Like when you go talk to a school, like
nah, I'm gonna be honest with you.
They're off duty. Yeah, but dress up.
No, sometimes I always do my uniform though. Like,
okay. But
sometimes, like, if it's something like let's say I want to go talk to one time at a church or whatever. It was some group. It was like 50 kids. Sometimes I always I just like my buddy Josh, you know, the show guy I be with all the time.
Right.
That's my buddy, man. That's my homie. Like, I always be like, hey, look, man, you think I should wear my uniform or wear something plain or whatever? Or whatever. It's like, he'd be like, hey, man, let's go in there and just go plain. Like, because I always want to get people, like, you know what I'm saying, like, I never want to say, hey, look, this is how I want you to look at me. Like, I always give people the chance first to judge me, like, or whatever they want to take me as first. Like, that's always been me. Even when I'm in uniform, like, you know what I'm saying? So, but my goal is to always, you know, leave a good expression no matter what. So
I was gonna ask you this too, and I don't want to skip everything because the police officer stuff is so intertwined because you got different mixed feelings about you specifically, right? So I would assume, I don't know, how is it in where you work? Like, do people like envious of you because you are popular on social media? You are perceived as the good cop to most of Augusta.
Yeah. I'm be honest with you, man. Yeah, you'll be surprised. Matter of fact, not too long ago, man, I ain't gonna say her name though. But this lady, she called the police, man. It was some whatever crime it was or whatever. But she was like, I want Officer Forrest to come take the report. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people get mad about stuff like that, but you know, I mean,
did you do it?
I was actually off, so I did.
Okay.
I made contact with her. You know what I'm saying? I talked to her and I was like, hey, look, I'm off, so you need to go ahead and report this though. You know what I'm saying? Because it's real. You know what I'm saying? Like, let the officer, whoever come out there, take the report and go from there. And but I actually, the next day I went to her house and followed up with her and you know what I'm saying, and, you know, gave her some advice or whatever. So
that you got the nickname Favorite 12, but for some people they feel like that's not enough. Like you gonna have people that's still in that mindset, like, look, I don't care, I'm not messing with no cops, no officers
all day.
So
all day.
I see it sometimes on Twitter. People like, that's your favorite 12, not my favorite 12.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They might not know you. They just don't like. And sometimes some people, and I'm not gonna lie, this does bother me a little bit.
Yeah.
Some people aren't even in illegal activity to not like you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man,
you are a 9-to-5 person. You should not dislike cops.
You're
just doing it because it seems cool.
Exactly. They following the trend, man. Like, we gotta, man, you know how many people like troll on Facebook and shit, like Instagram, like just like the mess with me or whatever, man. I don't get into it though. Like, I can show you some messages in my.
You block them or you shoot?
I don't block, delete. I don't care about it. I don't block nobody, man. Like for what? I ain't got that.
I don't believe in burning bridges. You know what I'm saying? I feel like even if I felt a way about an officer, like, I wouldn't add them if I'm not cool with them.
Well,
but like I said, I do think officers are people. I'll say that.
Most definitely. And like I said, man, and a lot of people don't even know, man. Like when I put that uniform on, man, like my problems don't go away.
Right.
Like I still got issues. Like I still have to deal with stuff. Like just because I'm a cop, like it go away? Hell no. Like I go to work and I got to deal with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like stuff don't go away, man. Like and that's why I tell people all the time, man. Like it just like we humans, like we still pump blood, like we ain't robots. Like so.
Well, let me ask you, like, how was it when you do a club or when you do like a party? And I'm only asking. I'm going to be real specific. But the first time I realized I wanted to interview you, it was a couple years ago. I don't know what happened.
That white party, that black party.
Damn, you are good. You good.
Yeah,
I got to give it to you. You good. Because you made a post too that night, if I'm mistaken. I screenshot it, but I don't know. I don't have it now.
Yeah.
But I was getting my stuff ready. And I was like, I got to get this. I got to get this man on the camera.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you, man. So I got a lot of backlash from that shit. I'm going to tell you why.
But what did you do that was wrong?
What happened was, it was a big old fight there, of course.
I know that. I've seen that part.
Anywhere I'm at, I don't care. I can be working anywhere. My primary job is safety. Safety of everybody that's there and everybody that's around. It was a big old fight in the back. I couldn't get in. It was so bad that the doors were like, they weren't like intentionally like barricading the doors, but it was like I couldn't get through. So I got on radio, called for backup, and we got there and we got the situation diffused like an hour later. Like it was fights inside, outside. It was just crazy. Like I had to. I couldn't. I wouldn't be able to live with myself knowing that I just said F it. I couldn't get in there or whatever the case may be, and somebody get killed behind that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they were mad because like people spent all this money. You know what I'm saying? And
So, not to cut you over. Would you say you got backlash because you called for backup?
I got backlash because I shut it down. I was the one that shut it down.
Okay.
I shut it down.
Shut the party down.
I shut it down. We was already outnumbered. Man, it was like 700 people there, the 4 officers.
Yeah. So what would you do in the situation anyway? Like what you supposed to do?
I mean,
so you let it go. Let's say you let it go on.
Yeah.
People got their phones that they recorded.
Yeah.
Once they see all this stuff going on, y'all there not calling nothing. Wouldn't y'all get in trouble?
Like as far as getting in trouble, like not doing anything at that.
Yeah, if you just chilling. Okay,
yeah.
well,
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like you got. What would you do if you see 7 people fighting? Like what you gonna do?
I'm not gonna be there. I tell you that.
But I'm just saying, like you try to sit back and get and observe the aggressors.
Yeah,
call back up. And that's how they train us and stuff like that. But but at that particular time, man, like you don't think about that. Like you there, like you know what I'm saying, like you ain't finna just sit there and just let it happen. Especially like say if it's like 7-on-1, this dude getting his ass beat, you gonna sit there and let the dude get beat up and wait on backup? Nah, I'm gonna try to engage. I'm gonna try to help dude out. You know what I'm saying? Like they may turn on you. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause you helping. Right. Like knowing that this is a cop. Like everything coming to play when people got alcohol in them, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't know and at the end of the day, you never know what a person gonna do anyway. You know what I'm saying?
But like, do you like doing clubs? Is it something you like doing, not doing? I'm only asking that because as an officer, I do see that a lot of times they have to hire you out when you're off duty because it's extra money and stuff like that. Yeah. But like the scene of, can you be in a club now, like as a person and not be in a club? Can you? But could you do it? You think or nah?
Nah, I don't think.
Because you're already officer and you feel like it's gonna.
Yeah. I mean, if I was to go out and hang out, man, I don't do it here. I go out of town, so like, I try not to hang out with people that you know what I'm saying, like work in the same city or something like that. I mean, it's I ain't gonna say it ain't a good look, but it just I don't try to miss business with pleasure.
So like, let me ask you, I don't want to give too much past it. I know people want to hit the part, but like, even when you made the post, like, did you feel like that was gonna like rectify anything that you had did that the people didn't like, or you just kind of made it just to kind of unleash your frustrations with just the scene of what happened?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. After like a week later, like I started getting like a lot of positive behind it. Man, it was crazy, man. Like the news wanna hit me up, like want to do an interview, like you know what I'm saying, like you'd be surprised how much stuff I got to turn down, man. Like it's like some stuff I don't need. Not saying I'm cocky or anything, right. Like I don't need it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm cool. Like I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like I hate all that attention. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could post a status or something like that and get 1,000 likes or something like that. Like, I don't care about that, man. Like,
so you telling me you post a picture, you don't care about getting like 900 likes?
I don't care about that. Like, I'm only doing this. Like I said, I'm doing this job for the purpose of me bettering my community. I don't care about that, man. Like, of course I'm gonna post my content, but I got a way much more like catalog and stuff that I didn't even post on the internet yet. It's a lot of stuff that I ain't shared with the internet yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Me trying to go into my nonprofit and stuff, and I want to keep a lot of stuff for that too. So, it's a lot of stuff that I ain't even posted. I got dude, I'm telling you, I done been like probably everyone like in the Southeast, like, you know what I'm saying, just talking, going to
Right.
schools and stuff like that. So a lot of stuff there. But I do like, I try to like to post like at least some content at least every day. You know what I'm saying? I may post the same picture before I did or whatever, because like like I said, it's a lot of people that follow me like Twitter. And I guess I actually just started back on my Twitter not too long ago. My Instagram.
I ain't gonna add you on Facebook. I probably follow you on Twitter. Facebook, I don't know. You got too much going on. Facebook. I don't know. You too known on Facebook for me. That's an ego issue right there. I don't know. You got too much going on, man.
Yeah, Instagram. I'll be honest with you, man. Sometimes, man, I be in my days and shit. Like I deactivate it and I bring it back up, man.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Like yeah.
I know.
Like people.
When I try to look for you, I could find your page. Like you got like a personality page.
Yeah.
I found that.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find the other one. But then
That other
sometimes
page-
you get tagged, and I'm like, well, which one is yours? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm be honest with you. That other page, I'm on running though.
Oh, okay.
Nah, it was this other girl, but she was in the military and she actually started up something and whatnot. And she asked me that I wanted to keep it up or whatever. And I was like, I ain't really want to know what she just want to do it, you know what I'm saying, with me. But I was like, nah, like, so she took it now. So she went back overseas, you know what I'm saying? Cause
Let me. I don't want to get too much off the police. I want to ask you, since I got you here, like, can you just? Well, you do a beat. So do you do traffic stops at all?
Yeah.
Okay, so can you describe a traffic stop? I mean, like when you describe it, like what goes through y'all's mind as a police officer versus I know for me, I got pulled the other day on the street. I wasn't worried though. I don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm never worried when I got my tags and stuff right. When I don't, I know I have to make a lie. But yeah, I'm not worried. But like for y'all, like let's say it's nighttime. Like what? How does that work for you?
I used to work night shift. I'll be honest with you, man. Like you never know who you putting on, whether it's day or night. It can be raining, sleet, snow. You don't know who you stopping. You don't know. Like I always put in my mind that who I'm finna stop, man. I'm finna lose my life. I ain't gonna say lose my life, but I'm finna be in a fight for my life. Like you want me to actually describe the feeling like what I'm going through, or you want me to say like what people should do when they get stopped by the cops? Like,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not dissing you. I feel like we doing the right thing. We can over. I don't know, right?
Alright.
There's other guys that's not.
I give you both sides. I give you both sides.
Alright, yeah, do that.
Like when I stop a car, man, whatever reason, man. Let's say I stop somebody for not having a seatbelt on, man. You know, I always like to introduce myself first, man. You know, even though I'm in two different uniforms. I mean, not two different uniforms. I got two forms of identification.
Right.
My uniform and my patrol card. That's two IDs right there, indicating that I'm a cop. So I always like to get to the cop, man. I always say, hey, how you doing today? I'm Officer Forrest with Richmond County Sheriff's. Well, I say Deputy Forrest with Richmond County Sheriff's Office. I stopped you because you didn't have your seatbelt on today. And the reason why you didn't have your seatbelt on, I never go off the grid like someone say, man, you know why I stopped you? Because you had that smart ass like, yeah, I know why you stopped me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, nah,
so you don't ask them.
I already know. I already know what I stopped you for. And that's what I'm saying. Man, people already know. Like,
how can y'all see the seatbelt? I'm sorry, I have to ask you that. I be wondering that. How do y'all see that seatbelt is off? Like, how do y'all be knowing this?
I got good eyes, man.
So let me ask you. So what if you see my seatbelt up, but when you see my seatbelt is on, then now what?
Like I give you the opportunity to be truthful with me, cause I already know.
I'm not going to. I'm telling you right now.
Like, but I'll be honest with you, I hate writing tickets though, man.
Okay.
So like, and then none of that ticket ain't up. Seatbelt ticket like $15-$20, man. So I'm like, hey man, just leave it on though. You know what I'm saying? But you had on ones that like trying to put the shit on when they try to get when they try to get to the door.
I do it real smooth. I don't move it. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, it just I don't know. I never been like it's just always been me, man. Cause like when you write somebody a ticket, when you taking money out of their pocket, let's say somebody had to pay a light bill or something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then now they got to think about this versus if I don't pay this, I'm gonna have a warrant, but I gotta. Cause I started, and I ain't never, like, nobody even know about this, man. This is just me telling y'all. This is the first time I ever told somebody about this. Like, this just between us. I started this one lady one time, man. I seen a kid jumping up in the back seat. Man, like, she literally, like, had her whole, this was like 4 years ago. She had, like, literally her whole house inside the, her car. Like, you could tell that she was living outside the car. And I told her why I stopped her one day. She just started crying. And, man, I could have been that guy. I'm like, hey, you got to wait here to get the car seat or whatever, and I can't let you drive off. So what I do, I go to Walmart. I buy this lady a car seat, man. I'm my own man. And crazy thing about it, that's something that I won't post.
Right.
I won't do that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they just like certain things I post, like me going to the community doing something with the kids, something like that. That's different. Like something like that, I won't post. And I haven't seen this lady since that night. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where she's at. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? Whatever experience that she had with law enforcement, that right there, her interaction with me, guess all this went out the door.
Right.
Because she just know, like, okay, dang.
Well, talking to you, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like, I'm a criminal justice major. You know what I'm saying? So I know I feel like the idea of community policing is very effective.
Oh yeah,
the idea is very effective. Just that everybody don't do it.
Oh yeah.
But listening to you talking, you know, like that's a form of that.
Oh yeah,
you know
most
what I'm
definitely.
You even your beat is or your zone is where you used to live. You know what I'm saying? So like you kind of know the community anyway.
Right. Correct.
I mean, you're not just out there doing stuff for tickets. It seems like, you know.
And not to cut you off, man. Like that's my biggest goal. Like that's I'm gonna continue to set that standard. Like when any law enforcement officer that's like looking at this, gonna be looking at this podcast, like if you not community policing, man, like you doing it wrong. Like they don't teach this. They don't teach what I do in the cabinet though. They don't teach that in the cabinet, man. Like you got
you need to teach it.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like
they need to put it in there.
I like this.
Oh yeah, most definitely. They need, but you know though, I was talking to one of my good friends. He's an officer in Florida. And he was like, man, they started to implement community police in the cabinet, like the courts, like so, you know, like they need to.
That is wild. Like, they just starting, but
you be surprised.
Looking at the definition, I felt like when I first heard what community policing was, I was like, well, what the hell is going on?
Right.
Why are we going through this if y'all have this as a definition, as a tactic already?
Right.
Why wouldn't every place in America want to take this on? You know?
Right. Man, it's still crazy to this day that in this day and time with all stuff that's going on with law enforcement, there's some agents that ain't even got a community service division. I think every police department in the nation that consider themselves police officers need to have a community service division.
We got one here?
Oh yeah, cause we got one.
Okay,
we got one.
Watch out, right? You might get you. I don't want you getting trouble.
No.
Don't get rid of on account of me.
Nah,
I can't help you, bro.
Nah, we got one. We got one. Hey, like it's a lot of like Burke County, man, Columbia County, all these divisions. They got one.
So let me ask you, what would you give me as your worst experience as a police officer to this day? Like your worst experience as a member of law enforcement, rather.
I'm gonna say Marquand Robinson, man. I don't know if you're familiar with that kid.
Marquand.
Yeah.
The kid.
Yeah. Got executed at the park. Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
I went to school with his dad.
Oh, really? Man, that was my worst experience. And I'm gonna tell you why. Man, that night I was actually on the way home, and a unit came across the radio. He was like, "I need some help at the park." At that particular time, I didn't know if it was a fight or whatever. That's all he said. He never said nothing else on the radio. So I'm right in front of Chick-fil-A on 25, right on Peach Orchard. I busted Huey, like it's at Lunkin Road. So I'm licensed sirens headed down there too. And I was like, "Dispatch, show me out with him." And I got there, and the people was like running to my car. They was like, he over there. And I was like, who? And they was like, it's a kid. He laying down. He hurt. So I got over there, man. By the time I got over, somebody else, I'm not sure who it was, they were doing CPR on him. So when I got there, I was like, hey, man, let me, start doing CPR. And, man, like I ain't gonna get into details about, what I seen that night, but it was crazy, man. Like I had to seek counseling like just like that. Like I had to, man, because I had started drinking real heavy. Man, it was tough, man, because and how I thought about it, like I can go to a call where a person done overdose on drugs and I can bring them back to life. But a kid, man, I can't even get a kid. Like that shit, it hurt me, man. It was crazy. Like I was hurt, man. Like I couldn't sleep. I didn't want to eat. It was so crazy that like people that was close to me like saw my demeanor changing, man. They were like, "Man, why you drinking like this?" But they didn't know what I was dealing with. What I'm saying? Like, but and I still like to this day, man. Like I ain't ashamed to say it. Like I still see counseling for that to this day. Like not even just for that, like just in general, man. Like being a cop, man, is like it's a lot of stuff that I like. What I'm saying? Like when I say like what people see as far as the social media and stuff, like they'll never see the other stuff. Like they may see it on the news, but I people don't like people just think like when I post on social media, that's what I do.
Right.
I still gotta go to 911 calls and stuff. Man, I still take people to jail.
We don't get to see the traumatizing side. I don't think, from my perspective, and people that's not a police officer, our main perception is really from art, so it's movies,
right,
and social media, and what we see, whether it's videos of cop doing something wrong. We don't see we don't see like you saying you bought the lady a car seat.
Right.
We don't see that a lot. We don't see not dealing with not being able to bring somebody back to life. You know what I'm saying? Like having to, you really seeing death right in front of you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which a lot of us have seen in life, but this is this could be a recurring thing. It's not just like you see it one time in March. You might see it again in June. You might see it again in October.
Well,
you might see it multiple times a year.
Well,
just depending on what you got to do for your job, you know. And I think that you talking about it, it definitely opening up my eyes to the fact that y'all all open, you know, to more stuff.
Yeah.
Especially more traumatizing stuff.
Yeah.
You know, than I would think. What about your best experience? What would you say is your best experience? Let's liven this mood up a little bit.
Let me see. Man, my best experience, man. It was a little both in uniform and out of uniform. I used to, like I said, you know, I mentor a lot of kids.
Right.
One of my kids couldn't get into college, man. Like their scores was low. They couldn't get into school. So we paid for tutoring, man. I got some people from the community, man. We paid for tutoring, man, to get this kid through. And it's I mean, I'm talking about, and I ain't just talking about that situation, man. There was a kid that used to always run away from home. You know what I'm saying? Like during the time like he wasn't in school, but he wanted to get himself together.
Right.
And his uncle reached out to me on Facebook, man. Like I get a lot of messages from people like, hey man, can you come talk to my kid or something like that? And this one right here stuck out. Like I go through the message, I read, sometimes I don't reply back to him. But sometimes I try to, man. But like this dude was like, he was desperate. Like he was like, man, I need help. Like he had wrote me like 4 or 5 messages before I even say I saw the first one.
Right.
And I got to this kid, man, and I mean, it was almost just like trying to raise a baby all over again. And we got this kid on the right track. We got this kid, and he graduated high school on time. We got him in college. He's a junior right now in college. Right now, you know what I'm saying? So like that's like like I said, like, and still, man. I made a post about him like 2 years ago or whatnot, but still, man, like you know what I'm saying, right? Like you were just saying, like y'all don't see that stuff like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all always see the negative stuff as far as what the media push. You know what I'm saying? So like now, like and I always say, man, like sometimes I take my social media now and or whatnot, then I be sitting here thinking like, hey, like they pushing out so much negativity with the media, man. Yeah. Like, but they got you far. It's like, hey, got you. Put that positivity out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
kind of doing a disservice by not having your social media up.
Exactly. So,
in your opinion, for you, right, especially as an officer, as a civilian, somebody who's from here. What does Augusta mean to you?
Man, Augusta home, man. Like I love it here. Like I'm telling you, man. Like through the good, through the bad, through all that, man. I love it, man. Like this my home. Like man, you see people all the time, man. Like, hey, look, we finna move. Where you moving to Atlanta? Man, like, hey, you move to Atlanta, man. Ain't finna solve your issues. Cause guess what? But hey, majority of them folks, hey, they come right back down here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like this home, man. This home for me, man. Like that's I always say, man. Why do I need to move somewhere else to try to make it better when I got my own issues in my community? I need to make it home. I need to make it right here. So, that's always been my thing, man. That's been my goal. So I'm always gonna stick here, man. Home is where the heart is, man. Like this is my home. I love it.
That's dope. And since you see it as home, like, is there ever a time as an officer you feel like, I don't use the word scared. I feel like the word scared is kind of like vague. Mm-hmm. But are you ever like, I guess, in fear in your profession? Being that you look at this as home, it's like this is to most cops that maybe in your zone, you know, they're not gonna look at it as equal or home. Like they might be fearful because of their perception of the community. I'll just say the community, you know, people in that community.
Like, what you mean, like, as far as, like, fear? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like, me getting killed or something like that?
Yeah, like, something like that, you know? Like,
man.
Cause not everybody like cops, you know?
Yeah, right, no doubt.
I mean, don't get me wrong, you got a nice smile, but everybody don't care about that smile you got, you know what I'm saying?
Man, it was an officer, man. He was in Texas, just like me. Black, just like me. Well, he was much bigger, you know, bigger state, you know. Had a big old following. He probably had like 100,000 followers on Instagram. So he was very big.
Community cop.
Yeah, he was community cop. And he got killed, man. He got killed during a community event, like in his community, and he got killed drive-by shooting. And
was he the target for like the target or just?
He was the target.
Wow.
He was the target. They actually got one of the 5 shooters. Like they never caught the other 4 yet. It was probably about. It was right before I had actually started getting big because I actually wanted to meet this guy, and he got killed. And I'm saying like, man, we talk about, you know what I'm saying, like, we fearful of the, like, police, or we fearful of this person, that person. But, man, me being black, man, like, I'm more feared of somebody else, my color coming to kill me before anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, we don't talk about that. You know, like, look at Nipsey Hussle. He got killed in his city, in front of his store,
in his community,
in the community by what? A black person. You know, like,
from his own set.
Exactly. So, you know, like I said, that's another conversation for a different day, man. But, like, I mean, yeah, of course, man. I mean, if I go to work not thinking that I ain't gonna be able to come in the same way I am, like, I'm wrong. Like, it's any day, man. Like I said, I may stop that car, man. I may be in a fight for my life. You know, I may go to that domestic call where dudes say, man, I ain't going back to jail. You know what I'm saying? And as soon as I pull up, shots fired. You know what I'm saying? Like, have I been shot at before? Yeah, twice. You know, ain't no easy feeling, especially that first time. But, you know, the second time was some kids.
Damn.
You know, some kids.
Well, the kids the ones shooting now. I don't know if you know that. That's them the ones now.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
Like, they ain't playing no games.
It's crazy, man. Like, I had a kid. I got a kid right out of YDC. I done mentor over 600 kids, man. Only 2 of them ever went to jail. And these was kids that I had got on their last leg, so it was kind of hard. Yeah. So, but one of them was already in YDC when I got him, and but he's probably one of the most difficult kids that I'm still dealing with. This kid, 15 years old, and, like, I mean, it's hard dealing with because number one, he hate cops. His dad is incarcerated right now for murder. His mom abandoned him. So he don't know who his mom is. We don't know who his mom is.
He dealing with a lot of issues. Yeah, he's just internally.
Just internally. So
yeah, war with himself.
Yeah, exactly. So at this particular time, I'm more of his mom and dad at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like, again, social media don't see that. I won't never show that. You know what I'm saying? I never been that one, like, you know what I'm saying? You got those ones that go around, like, doing stuff for, like, homeless people, man, and stuff. Like, you got common stuff. Like, I hate that shit. Like, I don't do that. Like, people call me all the time, man. Like, man, come on, we're gonna do this for the homeless, man. I tell you, man, it's a lot of stuff that I don't need, man. I don't need that publicity. Like, I'm cool where I'm at, man. Like, you know, but I'm always, like, people always hit me up, man. I'm always donating money though. Right. Like, I'm always sending out money and stuff. So, but
what would you say? I guess just like in your opinion, how do you balance your social media, friends and acquaintances, like, cause, you know, how do you balance, like, pulling on somebody open? It's like, I know you said people know you, but, like, what happens when you know them? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you balance that? Because at some point you're gonna have to be the bad guy. I know you do community service, but at some point you still have to follow a standard because you got a job you got to do.
Yeah, most definitely. And, you know, I never had this experience like other people may say they may have, as far as them being big on social media. Like, I may reach out to the cops and I may ask them the same question you just asked me or whatever. But you know, in reality, like, people were like, okay, and he got a job to do. So, like, I like a year ago, I remember I had a situation where a dude, like I ain't know him personally, but, like, we were friends on Facebook. Like,
you knew of each other.
Yeah, you knew of each other. You know, and got called up, man, or whatever the case may be, and I had to lock him up. Like, he was cool though. Like, he was like, "Hey, man, you doing your job for us, man. I appreciate what you doing in the community, man. I was wrong, and hey, it wasn't nothing. Like, it was that. But on the other hand, like, I did have an experience, like, one time, man, where I wrote this chick a ticket, man, for she had no insurance and some other stuff. Man, she wrote me on Facebook, man. She like, you had to give me no ticket. but
she didn't tag you on
No. It wasn't no post or whatever. She, like, usually, man, like, I always, like, people, like, private message me and stuff like that. But like I said, man, you'll be surprised, man. Like, I get a ton of messages a day and stuff like that, man. So I try to, like, as far as balance, like, well, like, when I'm with my friends or acquaintances, man, I don't really, like, I just try to leave social media alone for that particular time, you know what I'm saying? So I can just try to get away from it, man. Because you got to have downtime from this job, man. Not only just downtime, man, like, because you do so much, man, here in the community, man, and as far as work stuff, you got to have downtime, man. If you don't, man, you're going to drive yourself crazy.
So, speaking of, like, driving yourself crazy, like, what would you say is the perception of you versus the reality of you? Like, what do people, whether it's social media, whether it's just people thinking they know you or thinking they know of you, thinking they know you because you're a cop and they don't know you at all. Like, what would you think your perception is versus, like, what you really are, like, the reality of who Alphonso Forrest is?
Yeah, people, man. I'm be honest with you, man. Majority of the people that do follow me on Facebook and stuff like that, they that's what they see as far as what I post. So I'm automatically gonna be what good. Now, as far as on the reality side, man, the ones that actually just know me, of course I'm still good, but they just know they know that Alphonso as far as just like, hey man, this one cool individual right here, man. Like when I say cool, and I ain't just saying that the stuff that he just posts on social media. Like this brother here is cool, man. He's laid back. Like man, he's gonna be there. Like if you right, you right. If you wrong, you wrong. Like I always tell people, I always try to get, you know what I'm saying, both sides, man. I never go out one side. Never go out one side. So, you know what I'm saying, that's one thing they can never say about me, man. Like, cause I'm always gonna give you the opportunity to make it right, even if you wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying, like on a traffic stop, man. Somebody may be lying, like. You know, I always want to, you know what I'm saying, I always give a person an opportunity to tell the truth. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But, like I said, man, just as far as just social media, I try to be more forward as far as me, giving people, as far as just stuff as what I do in the community. So I just can't, cause I really don't post my personal stuff. I used to, but when I started my social media started growing, I stopped. Like man, I ain't got no pictures of my daughter on my social media. Man,
you too popping for that right now.
I ain't got time. Cause I see what stuff going on as far as just law enforcement. Man, there's some weird people, some sick people out here, man. Like
definitely, it's a small city. So.
Exactly, in this small city, man. So I don't post my kid. Like you know what I'm saying. I won't post who I'm dealing with as far as dating. You know what I'm saying. Like I won't post that. I used to. Like I said, all this I used to, man. But I don't no more.
That's dope. I didn't know you had a daughter, so that's dope.
Yeah. So I don't even post her. You know, my daughter, she's 7.
Wow. See, I didn't know that.
I don't post my daughter, so I don't post.
Is that hard to do that though? Like to not post it, is it hard to not?
Oh, most definitely. Like sometimes she have my phone sometimes though. Man, like it's crazy. Like she'll be on my Facebook, and I have to go back and check, make sure she ain't posting nothing or something like that, man. Like and they know her, she probably get to it, man. What? So.
Oh, I was gonna ask you. I know we're about to wrap up, but I want to ask you a few questions before.
Go ahead.
So how you feel in the environment of places where like let's say cops not wanted?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just give you the perfect example I'm thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
The barbershop.
Mm-hmm.
It is not necessarily because it's not that there's so much illegal activity going on in barbershop, but you might have felons in there. You might have and the people in the community in there sitting down. How do you feel in the barbershop? You feel comfortable? Do you feel like you shake the room when you come in the barbershop, or if you cut your own hair? I don't know. You know.
Man, I'll be honest with you, man. My barbershop love when I come in there, man. And we had barber, like we call it like it's. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's crazy, man. Like we was talking to my barber one time, man. He was telling me, hey man, we want to do like a event, like a scenario thing where you can go through like teach young kids how to be when they get pulled over by officers and stuff, man.
Right.
So we had those talks, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it may be a joker that coming there, man. That you know what I'm saying, that may be a felon, but I don't know, man. Like I'm getting there, get my haircut. We having good conversation or something like that. So I never been in that particular as far as environment as well. I don't feel wanted. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you said that because it's true.
Mm-hmm.
We go to the same barbershop. I'm very laid back. So I never said that to you. I seen the barbershop. I seen it like 3 times.
Yeah.
They are like how they are when you're in there. They're the same way when you leave out. But I've seen other officers. Cause the one you go, you know, it's another officer that go there. They're not the same. Some of them won't even cut when he in there. They want to leave. They don't like being around them. So. I do think that you are perceived well and within that community too. Like, you know what I'm saying? I guess the slums will have you. So yeah, that's a good thing. I guess I look at that as a good thing. Like I said, you hear pros and cons.
More definitely.
Everybody human, so you know nobody gonna have all good stuff to say about you or good stuff to say about this person. You know, and then sometimes it's just based on experience they have with that person. Somebody might not like you because you call for backup that time at the party. They went to the party. I don't know. Maybe they ain't getting the party yet, and you shut it down. So they probably mad at you. I don't know.
It was more the ones that was already in there. They had all that money they don't spent. Man, they couldn't get
it back, baby. So it's gonna happen. But you mentioned. I want to make sure I talk before you get out of here. You mentioned your nonprofit organization. You're building up. So talk about that. Tell me what it is and like what you plan to do.
My nonprofit, man, it's gonna be called Bridging the Gap Foundation. Basically what we're gonna try to do is, man, we're gonna get youth that like parents and stuff that don't have the money to get these kids through summer camps and stuff. We were gonna try to place them. It's almost like a placement, like, you know what I'm saying, like say if a kid was going up for adoption or whatever, you know, you try to find a placement home for them. But it won't be that just in that case, in that field. But it'd just be more, we could try to get these kids. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, man, before I get into that, but majority of during the summertime, man, a lot of people don't even know this, majority of youth get locked up. Why? Because they not in school. They don't do nothing as far as just turning straight to violence, man. A lot of kids get on drugs. A lot of kids just just flat out just get in trouble, man, because the family don't have the money.
Bored.
Yeah. So with this, we will it'd be a nonprofit, of course. We can get grants and stuff like that, so we can try to place those kids in those summer accounts, man, and get them off the streets, man. Because I'm gonna tell you, man, when like during the summertime, man, like I hate it, man. You go to these calls, man, and you realize how old this kid is, man. You be like, why you do this, man? You know what I'm saying? Your whole life, you know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, this kid's sitting in YDC, man. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, man, YDC, DJ, Department of Juvenile Justice, man, like is bad. Like they don't get what they need to get in there, man. It don't help them to get out, man. But I'm gonna tell you, and they won't say this, man, but I'm gonna say it. 60% of them kids that get out of YDC, man, they be right back in jail. 60.
Wow.
And I'm telling you this from experience. And I'm talking about the ones that even they have to, like, they may get locked up at 16. They get out at, they say they do, they have to stay in there till they 21. They get out. What you think they gonna do, man? They been in there 16 all the way up to 21. You ain't try to, you know what I'm saying, rehabbing them to get back into society.
At that point, they institutionalized.
Exactly. So they get out. They may do good for a couple months, but they realize, like, damn, I'm so messed up in the head, and they turn red to, you know, and you'd be surprised how quick it be. Like, hey man, let's go do this, not knowing that the consequences are gonna come behind it. Next thing you know, they back in jail. You know what I'm saying? Because like once you get locked up in juvenile, you get out, your record is clean. But you know what I'm saying. But still, you been in that jail.
At that point, they're comfortable with
with it
in that scenario.
Most definitely. But so hopefully, man, with this nonprofit, man, we can try to minimize that. You know what I'm saying. I want to actually like branch out, man, like nationwide with this, man. So and it's crazy, man. I started here in my hometown, so like I'm starting here, so it's home. So I want to, like, once I get established here, man, I want to branch out. So I'm actually looking for builders right now for it. So hopefully we
builders?
can buildings. No, buildings.
Yeah. Okay, got you.
So we can try to actually find a home we can get in. Once we get that, you know, so we can start getting those grants in. Because we probably gonna start out with a minimum probably, I don't know, 30 kids. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Go from there, and you know, and see how we run. But so. Well, yeah, man, we looking forward, man.
So this is the last question I have for you, as far as law enforcement and stuff like that. Do you have any goals in your profession? Like, some people, you know, they be a cop, they want to be over homicide, they want to be over and be sheriff, they want to move up. I don't know how policing works. Yeah. But like, do you have any goals to in your profession?
Yeah, I probably don't. You know, later on, probably make a political run, but I ain't gonna get into it now. So,
see it. There we go.
Yeah, I don't want to get into it now, but yeah, I probably make a political run, man.
All right, don't shut down too many parties now. They gonna vote for you. All right, don't shut down too many more parties.
They like, hey man, you remember you, man? You shut that party down, man. I ain't get in that thing, man. But yeah, man, I do want to get into probably make a political run, man. The next couple years, so but I ain't gonna get into it, man.
No, I can see that. I can see that though. It's definitely. But it was dope. Like, what you think? Like, what you think? You feel like I was gonna ask you anything weird?
Oh no, man. Okay. Like, nah, I'm like, I love this, man. Like, it's crazy, man. People been telling me for the longest, man, to get into like podcasts. I got a buddy of mine that's a cop in Ohio, AJ, and this dude, man, he like do episodes, man. Like, you know, they may sit on a certain topic, man, and they just go with it. Yeah, like that's cool. That's dope, though. I like this, though, man.
No, I only wonder because, like, you know, when you ask the same question, people ask the same question. It's very rare, though. Yeah. I didn't know what to send you. Cause I was like, I'm gonna go off the head. So I just went down. I sent you a bunch of stuff off the head. I'm like,
oh, okay, really?
Go from there.
But
I know in your profession, you just can't do something. And, then you don't know. We don't know each other. I come bum rush you, and you're like, oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you know, at least they don't ask me. They don't ask me that.
I'm gonna tell you why, man. I do that because I do a lot of media stuff too, man, like with the news and stuff, man. So like I just like before I do an interview, man, like what y'all want to ask me for,
right.
Get on air, man. You know what I'm saying? And not on that, man. Like, you know, just local stuff, man. I even did some stuff with Neil Blood on, man. You know what I'm saying?
My gosh,
yeah. And just, you know, just different areas of stuff. So I just have to be mindful, man, because like, you know, I'm put like this, man. I'm still here in this profession, man. So while I'm here, man, I still gotta respect what I do.
Nah, definitely. So, and I respect it too. That's why I sent you the stuff. One and two, like, anybody tell you that watches, we don't like here. I don't necessarily like target nobody. I don't never try to target. Now, somebody say something in here I don't understand, I'll ask you, and I'll make you, you know, try to explain it. You know what I'm saying? But now we never target. We just kind of we vibe out and just it's for the city. It's more than that. I just, you know, I try to show that anybody. I'm not from here, so I tell people that's not from here what Augusta'S is. You know what it's about. And through every person, I'm able to, you know, paint a deep picture of what Augusta'S really like. You know what I'm saying? So it's never about trying to down. You know. I'll tell somebody like, I'm doing this person who want me to ask. They be like, oh, you know, I asked a few people to ask you I ain't asked the question. I don't want you to answer the question, but they was like, ask me single. I'm not asking him that. It's not a lip service podcast. I don't care if you're single now. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey man, I'm laughing at that, man. Cause I was doing a live interview, man, with this dude one time, man. He not from Augusta. He's from South Carolina, so he came over, man. He came to my house and everything, man. And like I was reading the comments, man. Man. People like, man, hey, is he single? Man? So like when you said this, I just bust out laughing. Like, dude, it ain't even that podcast, like.
And that's probably why some guys ain't gonna like you either. They girl probably done shared your post or put heart eyes on their post. And,
I don't even want to get
you
into
know what I'm saying? Nah, I don't get. You're not doing that. But this was dope. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you coming through. You know what I'm saying? I think we had a dope podcast. I'm ready to put it out, ready for people to see what you said, and
no doubt.
I hope
man.
that people got a better understanding of you with this, and hope they're able to see you through a different lens if they need to.
Right.
You know? And I'm just happy and you enjoyed it. You know
no doubt, man.
So I appreciate it, man. Morning Masters Podcast. We out. You know what I'm saying?
Word, man. Favorite 12, baby. Hey, man. This Alphonso Forrest, man, a.k.a. Favorite 12, man. From the city. Cop. I love it. Hometown, man. Y'all make sure y'all tune in to more than the Masters Podcast, man. They dope. I love them. Salute.